Montreal, and it is mid-February and she is showing absolutely no sign of letting up whatsoever, which is not unusual for around here. It's just, I guess this is around the time that we start wondering if it will ever end. Along with the copious amounts of snow that we have had in the last couple of days, I'm thinking maybe even more snow than we had all winter, but I could be wrong. But in 2 days, just feet and feet and feet of it. And yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was the first snow day that I've had since I was a kid. So we were all told to stay home, and we did. It was beautiful to look at from inside of the house, but it snowed and it snowed and it snowed. And today it's not snowing, but there's tons of it everywhere, and the sky is blue and the sun is out. The thing is that even when it is warm enough to snow and it is beautiful outside to look at through the window, along with all that winter wonderland comes that winter dry air and artificial heat and of those cold winds that can really do a number on your skin and dry it out, and also dry out your hair and your scalp. So if you are living winter right now and you are feeling like your hair is dry and brittle, and maybe your scalp is dry, itchy, maybe even flaky, you are not alone. You are not alone. In this video, I will share some nutritional tips with you, including some vitamins and minerals that are essential for keeping your hair strong and healthy and growing. I will also share with you some beautiful remedies made of some... Do you need something from me right now? Yeah, okay. I'll show you a couple of recipes made with foods that are really great for maintaining strong, healthy hair. And I'll also show you a couple of recipes, DIY remedies that you can use. Well, one is a remedy for dry, itchy scalp, and the other one is actually just a DIY hair product that is 100% natural, made out of something you probably already have in your kitchen right now. And if you don't, it's super easy to find and not very expensive. And it will make your hair look beautiful and shiny and healthy. And it takes, like 3 minutes to make. I could probably do like 10 videos about healthy hair and scalp for a couple of reasons. One, just because there are so many gorgeous ingredients, food and topical herbs and oils and things that you can use to really promote healthy hair and scalp. And the other reason being also that more often than not always, like right now it's winter, and that's the theme of this video, is that very common dry winter skin, hair, scalp. But more often than not, when there's not a really obvious reason like that for it, any problems that you're having, any symptoms that you're having that are manifesting on the outside of your body, so on your skin, your hair, your nails, usually is coming from an internal dysregulation, so a deficiency or underlying condition. Sometimes it's an allergy to an external substance, like a laundry soap or the sun or something like that, that you're being exposed to that your body doesn't agree with. And sometimes it's a fungal or bacterial infection that is on the surface. But often if you have chronic recurring issues with your skin, your hair, your nails, your scalp, it's coming from inside, something that's going on. But we're not going to get into that today because it is winter, the air is dry, the wind is blowing, the heat is cranked, and that's a very clear recipe for dry hair and scalp. So let's get into it. Before I get into the recipes and breaking down some of the ingredients and nutrients that your hair needs, I'm just gonna share a few lifestyle tips with you because yes, even your lifestyle choices can have a huge effect on your hair health and your scalp. So avoid overwashing your hair. I have curly hair, so my hair tends to be drier anyway, so I only wash my hair about once a week. If you are someone who washes their hair every day, please stop doing that. You're stripping your scalp of all of its natural oils, and you're also triggering your body to try and produce even more, which is why you might notice if you don't wash your hair for one day, your hair is really, really oily. So this isn't the case with everyone, but most people will find that if they can just kind of tough it out for a few days, their hair will, yes, be oily the first few times you do this, but it will start to regulate itself, and you'll start to notice that you can actually go 2 days without washing your hair, and then 3 days without washing your hair, then maybe even 4 days without washing your hair, and then your hair will be less dry, which I know does that sound counter? No, it doesn't. Your hair will be less dry, and your scalp will be less oily. That's the part that sounds counter, because you're washing it less often, so you're probably thinking, well, then my scalp's going to be more oily. But more often than not, it is the opposite, because you're giving your scalp a chance to regulate the output of its natural oils itself.
This beautiful mask restores the balance to a damaged scalp, and you can use it before every time you wash your hair until the balance is regained. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of geranium floral water. You can also use rose floral water if that's easier for you to get your hands on. And you're going to add 3 drops or 4 of tea tree oil, and also 1 tablespoon of black seed vegetable oil. And then you're going to sprinkle a tablespoon of gasol clay powder as well onto that, and just mix it really well until all the little bumps and lumps are out and you've formed a nice paste. You'll apply the paste to your hair section by section, well, not your hair, but your scalp, and just very gently massage it in with your fingers and leave it on for about 15 minutes before washing it out with a gentle shampoo.
Using a gentle shampoo is very, very helpful. So I don't often use commercial shampoos. I do use them from time to time, but I also use chickpea flour paste or even a baking soda paste. I'll use an apple cider vinegar rinse, or sometimes I'll just rinse my hair or use like a very natural conditioner. I find that when I use pharmacy type shampoos or chemical shampoos, it strips my hair again of the natural oils, and it just often leaves my scalp feeling very, very dry. They're just not good for you. Those sulfates and parabens and formaldehyde releasing chemicals and all that crap is just so rotten for your health in general, but it's also just really not great for your hair or your scalp either.
If you take 1/4 cup of whole flax seeds and you put them in a pot with about 2 cups of water, and you let that water simmer until it becomes gelatinous, you have the most easy, natural, beautiful, homemade hair gel. It doesn't leave a film on your hair. It doesn't leave your hair feeling crunchy or crusty, and it is good for you. It smells like absolutely nothing, so you can add some essential oils if you want to, but you don't have to. I think rosemary or grapefruit would be really nice. I mean, there's all kinds of different essential oils that are also really good for your hair that you could add, but you can just use it the way it is as well. I strain mine as soon as it's ready. Nothing terrible happens if you let it cool with the seeds in it. I just find that the gel becomes kind of tinted a pinky brown color from the flax seeds. You can put this in a bottle or a jar and store it in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. And you can use it very, very liberally in your hair. And the cool thing is the seeds, after you strain them, if you keep them and put them in the freezer, they're actually good for a second batch also. So you can re-boil those flax seeds in water again to make a second batch of gel. And also flax gel is just so good for you. You can use it on your body, even on your skin, not just in your hair, like as a lotion moisturizer.
You want to protect your hair from heat, and that can be hard to do, especially in the winter, because we don't want to go outside with wet hair when it's really cold outside. So we probably tend to blow dry our hair more often. But if you can just be really careful not to have it like on the highest heat, really close to your scalp, try and reduce or eliminate flat ironing or curling iron or any of that stuff, that unnecessary added heat on your hair, because it definitely makes your hair drier and more brittle, and you'll have more breakage and thinning. Protecting your hair while you're sleeping can be really helpful. So if you are somebody who has curly hair and you wear one of those satin hair bonnets when you go to sleep, you'll probably even notice that when you wake up, you still have your little curls and ringlets instead of kind of a rat's nest or frizzy hair. But it can be helpful even for people with straight hair. So protecting your hair from that friction on the cotton of your pillowcases, unless you have satin pillowcases. I don't. I find them very slippery, but some people do, and some people enjoy them. But yeah, that friction when you're sleeping, especially if you're someone who's tossing and turning a lot. And speaking of that kind of like tugging on your hair, there's also tight elastics, tight hairdos, like pulling your hair back super slick with a clip or an elastic is also not great for your hair. So I would definitely avoid doing that too often if possible. I'm being molested by this cat. Definitely avoid smoking. Just quit smoking. It's so bad for you. I know it's not easy to do. And I'm not coming from a place of judgment. I smoked my entire teenage and a very big chunk of my adult life. I quit smoking in my late 30s. I didn't smoke when I was pregnant or breastfeeding, but basically from the age of 12 until, 36 or something, I smoked a lot. It's not just, so I'm not judging you. That's my point. I'm not confessing. I'm just letting you know I'm not judging you. But smoking, among the long list of other things that it does that are terrible for you, it restricts your blood vessels, and it inhibits oxygen flow. It inhibits getting the nutrients that you need to get to your hair follicles. It's just like, even externally, that smoke, it's just bad for your hair. Smoking can also damage collagen and the elasticity of your skin in general, but also of your hair. And it can contribute to hormonal imbalances and other issues that then in turn can cause you to have unhealthy hair or even hair loss. When you're dehydrated, kind of like what I was saying about if you wash your hair too much, when you're dehydrated, it kind of triggers your scalp to produce more oil and also more sebum. So if you're well hydrated, that balances out in two ways. In the way that you literally are more hydrated, so you don't have that dry scalp, but also helps you not to have too oily of a scalp either, because your output of natural oils and sebums regulates itself. Being well hydrated also helps to regulate the pH balance of your scalp, so that will also promote healthy hair growth and a healthy scalp and minimal dandruff and flaky scalp as well. One of my favorite things that hydration does is that it helps to detoxify your body. So when you are adequately hydrated, this promotes adequate blood circulation and lymph circulation, like I said earlier, and this means also moving the toxins out of your body more efficiently. When you're really dehydrated and when you're stagnant, these toxins that are in your body that are supposed to come out through your emunctory systems also stagnates and kind of stays stuck in you. So staying hydrated helps to move those toxins out, and that includes the toxins on your scalp. And by toxins on your scalp, I just mean the stuff that your body is trying to get rid of that is just there clogging up your hair follicles and inhibiting proper hair growth and sebum and your natural oils that I talked about earlier. Exercise is really good for your hair. There's people who don't want to hear that, and there's some people who are very excited to hear it, but it's true. Exercise can be really great for promoting healthy hair and scalp for a few reasons. First of all, it reduces stress, and we talked earlier about how stress can really be damaging to your hair. Second of all, it promotes all of that circulation that I just talked about, and I won't explain it all again, but all of it. Blood circulation, circulation of lymph, detoxifying, all that stuff. Really, 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 really helpful. Exercise also really helps to regulate your hormones. And again, as I said earlier, hormonal disruption can definitely contribute to unhealthy hair or hair loss, hair thinning, and so on. And then, you know how I said that having the improved circulation of your blood and your lymph and all that good stuff detoxifies the body. Same thing happens with exercise because you're moving all of this stuff as well. And one of the ways that your body gets rid of toxins is by sweating. And if you are exercising and getting your heart rate up and you're really moving your body, you're also sweating, which means you're also flushing out a lot of those toxins. My last lifestyle tip for you is to really keep an eye on your nutrition. Especially in the winter, we have less access to fresh fruits and vegetables than we normally do. And we're also kind of more inclined to lean towards those comfort foods that we want to get cozy. And maybe we're eating more bread and pasta and potato dishes and things like that, and maybe a less variety of fruits and veggies. So we're definitely wanting to keep an eye on that because, there's a whole bunch of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that are essential to having healthy hair and scalp. And also because at the beginning, when I was talking about how sometimes the things on the outside are a symptom of something that's going on the inside, well, if we are deficient in certain nutrients, maybe it's causing some kind of dysregulation on the inside that is then kind of domino. It's not domino, that's not a verb, but you know what I'm trying to say. Then as a result, our hair and scalp and probably our skin and even our nails will start to show symptoms.
Leafy greens are so good for you on so many different levels, and that includes for your hair and your scalp. Spinach is really rich in iron, which is important for healthy blood circulation. And that includes the blood flow to your scalp. And proper blood circulation helps to deliver all the nutrients where they need to go. And that includes the nutrients that need to get to your hair follicles and support healthy hair and scalp. Spinach is also really rich in vitamin A, which helps with the production of sebum, or those natural oils that I was talking about earlier that keep your hair and your scalp moisturized and keeps your hair shiny. Leafy greens are really rich in folate, which is vitamin B9. And folate is essential for the healthy growth of your cells. So that also includes the cells that make up your hair. They contain vitamin E, which has antioxidant properties, which is great for preventing oxidative stress, which damages your hair follicles and impedes hair growth. Leafy greens are also really rich in magnesium, and one of the jobs of this mineral is to regulate your hair growth cycles and strengthen your hair. Bell peppers have even way more vitamin C in them than leafy greens do. In fact, one bell pepper has all of your daily requirements of vitamin C in it. So if you just ate a bell pepper today, you would have covered your needs for vitamin C. Vitamin C is essential for producing collagen, and collagen is what strengthens the hair strands and helps maintain their elasticity. It does the same thing in your skin and elsewhere in your body, but definitely does that in your hair and helps to reduce the risk of breakage. Bell peppers are also really rich in vitamin A and antioxidants and B vitamins, as well as silica and iron. Citrus also very, very high in vitamin C. So things like lemon and oranges and grapefruit are really great for healthy hair. They're rich in antioxidants and vitamin A, as well as some more B vitamins, including B1, B2, and B5. And these vitamins help with red blood cell production and improve circulation, which I keep talking about, but it's really important. It really does help to ensure that your hair follicles receive those nutrients and that oxygen that they need for healthy growth. I love avocados. They are so rich in healthy fats, vitamin E, biotin, which you've probably heard of, is really great for your hair and your skin, as well as vitamin C and potassium, which helps to maintain the moisture levels in your hair and your scalp, and folate, which is B9, and proteins and amino acids. I added walnuts to my salad because I love them. I love pretty much everything in this salad, to be honest, but walnuts are also a really great source of omega-3 fatty acids, as well as biotin and vitamin E and zinc. Zinc is another one of those ones where a deficiency can definitely lead to hair loss and slow hair growth as well. Walnuts are rich in copper and protein and magnesium. Soybeans are great for healthy hair. So eating things like tempeh and tofu, soy milk, and even whole soybeans, great. It is a high quality plant-based protein source and rich with isoflavones, which is a type of antioxidant. They are rich in iron, vitamin E, zinc again, and more omega-3 fatty acids. You can't go wrong with soy. I made the salad dressing for this salad out of Brazil nuts because they are one of the best sources of selenium. In fact, you only need to eat 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day to get adequate selenium into your daily nutrition. And selenium is a very powerful antioxidant that plays a key role in promoting healthy hair growth, but it also supports the proper functioning of the thyroid, which I kind of touched on earlier. Hair thinning or hair loss can definitely be a sign of a dysfunctional thyroid, but we won't get into that today. A different day. Brazil nuts are also a great source of very healthy fats and protein, as well as vitamin E and magnesium and zinc. I used garlic in my dressing also because garlic is delicious, but also because it contains a high amount of sulfur, which is a mineral that is essential for the production of keratin, which again is that protein that makes up your hair. Garlic is packed with antioxidants. It is antibacterial and antifungal, which is great, especially if your dandruff is due to a fungal overgrowth. Garlic also helps improve blood circulation, which I already told you is awesome. For all of your body, but also for your hair. I also added rosemary, which famously enhances blood flow, and that includes the circulation to the scalp and the circulation of more oxygen and nutrients. I don't know if it's true, but apparently rosemary actually helps to restore natural hair color and prevent premature graying. I don't know if this is true because I have pretty much completely gray hair. But maybe I should try eating more rosemary and see if that changes things. I added some thyme, which also has antifungal and antibacterial properties and boosts circulation. And I added some lemon, which is citrus, which I talked about at the top of this salad. I eat a lot of broccoli sprouts because I love them, but they also just happen to contain sulforaphane, which apparently has been shown to potentially inhibit a hormone which is linked to male pattern baldness. So for those of you listening who are concerned about male pattern baldness, you might want to start, adding broccoli sprouts to your grocery list. So remember chia pets, those little novelty gifts that you put seeds in and water them and then they sprout hair? Well, the hair of those chia pets is literally sprouted chia seeds. And chia seeds are an amazing source of omega-3 fatty acids. They are considered a complete protein, and they also contain zinc and copper. I added this super easy chocolate chia pudding because chia is also really, really great for your hair. This recipe is ridiculously easy. It is just over a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, 2 cups of plant-based milk, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, about 1/4 cup of maple syrup, a bit of vanilla extract, which I didn't have on hand, unfortunately, and a pinch of salt. which is optional, and you just mix all of that up into a bowl. You wait half an hour, then you mix it again, and then maybe mix it again in about half an hour again, and then you just let it sit for anywhere between 4 to 8 hours, 10 hours. You can just leave it there all day. Just whip it up in the morning, and then you have a delicious chocolate chia pudding for dessert that same evening.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. It means very, very, very much to me. It truly does. And I would love to hear from you. If you want to drop a comment below and let me know what you think. If you have any added suggestions, if you have any questions even. If you are a Patreon subscriber, I don't even have words enough to thank you for believing in the work that I'm doing, for your contribution to it, and for you helping to make this channel possible. If you are someone who would like to work one-on-one with me for naturopathy or nutrition, I am available virtually to people all over the world and live in person here in Montreal. There is a booking link in the description below. I will be back next week, and in the meantime, take really, really good care of yourselves.